Talking with famous people.
I don't know where he lives, and he won't respond to me.
Well,
I
take.
mean, it is. Let me ask you this: does that? I just sent him that very thing, but does that sound like reason enough to be concerned? That type of
Sure,
poem? Do you think so too?
absolutely. Depending on other contextual clues, I mean, it could be a relationship thing, right? Is he breaking up
I
with
don't think
somebody?
so.
If he's breaking up with somebody, it might be related to that. It might not be anything about suicide. But if it's related to other things that tend to correlate with suicidal thoughts, then yeah, you should try to intervene to some extent, to the extent that it is reasonable and plausible for you to do so. And if nothing else, that expression may in and of itself provide enough warrant to stay a undecided hand. And if not, then you've done what you could do.
I just hate suicide, man. Hate it. Best friend killed himself. Well, back.
I had
A lot of things. It prevents like a lot of people when they've like attempted to commit suicide and then it failed. Like for example, the people that jump off bridges, they regret the jump like as they're falling. Every single one of them. And
Did you ask
everybody,
them?
well, it was a study done on it. And then I also think that
Because the
everybody
people
goes
that
through hard
survived the
times.
jump, like, probably.
well, it robs everybody else of something important. I
I'm
had a
gonna
friend
call.
kill himself. Charlie, my friend Charlie, killed himself. He was my best friend for part of my childhood. So not for a long stretch of it, maybe, but we were tight all through childhood, including up until and through high school. And he killed himself when he was like 30, so maybe 15 years ago. And I hadn't seen him in quite a while when he killed himself. Probably hadn't seen him in 6 months or a year or something. And I didn't even find out he killed himself for another 6 months or a year after that. I had kind of stopped hanging out with him because, well, I mean, at that point, it was shortly after Delilah was born, and he had problems, and I was not really going out and partying as much because there was a stretch of time there right after Delilah was born where I was either restrained and or sober for part of it, and during that period, the first couple of years of Delilah's life, um, I just wasn't doing much socializing, I guess. So it's been a while since
Here's
I've seen
something
him.
interesting.
And when he
I'm
killed
sorry to
himself,
interrupt you.
I was finish the thought and I'll be done real quick. When he killed himself, I didn't understand how much it was going to impact me, and it turned out it's been very impactful, and I've experienced it and re-experienced it over time. The reality of it. No, it's bad because I feel bad about it, right? It's not bad because I feel sad about it. It's bad because I feel bad about it. Like I should have done more. But that's not fair to put that on other people. It's not it's not fair to take from them their sense of basic decency like that. Maybe I should have done more, but I don't think he wanted me to. Probably thought the last thing is Eric's never going to think about me at all. I haven't seen him in a long ass time, but it's not true. I think about him a lot. So in that regard, his killing himself had some impact he may have desired out of it. I don't know. I don't know if he specifically thought about me or not, but um, but it denied me an opportunity to re to come back around to him. You know, because I have my own problems too. It's not like I was some bastion of mental health. That's what's wrong with it. It places a burden on the survivors.
He saw my messages, didn't message me back, and then um, December 3rd, so 6 days ago, he's posted a picture of his cat, and you know when you can say how you're feeling or whatever, it says Alex Jones, feeling blessed. One of those things. Name for the heavens, they saw how good you were and wanted you to come home. Wanted you home. Rip Celeste. Like, that's telling on its own.
Does the cat die?
Cat died, said feeling blessed, and then the way he said it,
That's weird. Yeah, I agree.
it's telling on how he thinks of death. Like it's better, blessed that you died. You wanted to go home. Blah blah blah. Now he doesn't have his cat.
I'd be pretty sad if I didn't have my cat. Without either dog, you know, I'd be pretty lonely around here without the cat after having so much liveliness with the three animals for a little while. But the cat's been really affectionate and just been nice. She's an
That could have been
important
his
member of my
lifeline for a
family.
while.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever get suicidal like that, but
Well, if you're already
um,
there and you're not
right,
as
yeah,
lonely,
it could be a big difference for
you could
sure.
sleep. You could slump. Like if you're already. I mean, there's good reasons why he was on my suicide watch list.
Sorry,
There
what are you
aren't
guys talking about?
there aren't any reasons. Elsie, it's introverted feelings by itself. It's a reality, an understanding that you you counted on something that no longer is available to you, um, or
They're
someone.
gone.
They're gone, and that you're not going to have any more opportunity to make new meaning with those individuals participating in the newness of the meaning making. You may have the
And you
ability
also
to recognize that, make the meaning out of what you already know about them, but they don't get to participate anymore, and you don't get to talk to them anymore. You know. I mean, the ENTP has trouble with that emotion in general because we're always looking forward to what are the possibilities of the moment present for us? What can we do with right now? And so, that means we don't want to spend time thinking about the loss we've experienced. But some of them, when it's, uh, you know, well, I mean, it's not just dependency, it's a feeling of the innate value of a long built relationship. And so, it's like Elsie, if you were to go back and like make a playlist of all the videos in which you are on them and make that into a representation of yourself that you understand differently than you understand just with your memory, then in that instance you are starting to uh, build a consistent identity over time, and you may find that you like certain aspects of it and you dislike other aspects of it, and that some of the aspects that you like are things that you can change, and I mean, or things that you can keep, and some aspects you don't like you can change, and stuff like that, right? And it applies to other individuals that maybe you start to build in a reliance upon talking to certain specific people to move forward in certain understandings or something like that. I don't know. Whatever, however it plays out. Some people you rely on to help you with X. Some people you rely on to be there when you're sad. Some people you rely on to be your go-to last choice base of person if you got nobody else to help you with something you need help. You know, for me, I build a structure that's based on that a lot more than anything else in some ways. I want to make sure that there are people I can turn to if I need help with something. It's not that I need a lot of help; it's that I worry about it a lot for some reason.
Do you think do you think you feel the um, need to repay that in some way?
I like to prepay it. I like to have things
Gotcha.
set up where people people owe me for whatever, or that they need me. Did you forget you're visible again?
No, I just
You just like to make faces. I make faces a lot too. I try to stop
I'm in
them.
a I'll tell you later.
Okay. Well, I haven't experienced a lot of people die around me. I'll see. So I don't know. Um, I know that it's possible theoretically to experience a loss and not feel anything, and to redirect your attention indefinitely. Oh, I see. Um, well, that'll do it for you. That's good times. Good times with your friend from Colombia. So that distracted me. I like that. That's good distraction. That totally distracted me. Okay, so we're talking about something though. What were we talking about?
Suicide, losing people. You haven't lost a whole lot of people.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
boom,
death.
death,
Fun times.
death.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there was really a time not that long ago when I felt as though I was losing people left and right from a close people perspective. So I sort of lost my best friend. I had lost my wife, ex-wife now, and um, there was a moment when I was really feeling like I was pushing ahead against the naysayers and whittling myself down to a very small core group of people that was smaller than I was comfortable with, and you know, feeling kind of up against a wall metaphysically. Like here I am trying to make my way as I think I ought to, and getting pushback from people. And when I'm persisting despite their pushback, they're leaving me, and that's hard to deal with. So at that juncture was when my former AA sponsor back when I was in AA, I thought for a second that he had unfriended me on Facebook, and so I was like, I was not in a good space in a lot of different ways, and I said like, hey, why did you unfriend me? Um, and wrote like a paragraph or something in which I don't even remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of, God damn it, what is going on? Why is life so difficult? Something like that. And he texted me back or Facebook messaged me back with the response, there's nothing wrong with you. So I realized that was the problem the whole time, was that I was still believing there was something wrong with me. For me, that was my problem. I had internalized that, and you know, for him to tell me that when we had split, right? We'd split over a philosophical difference over whether my way of doing things was acceptable, even though it differed from the official party line. And it wasn't acceptable according to the party line, even though I had plenty of good arguments as to why it should be. you know, I wasn't going to do what I didn't want to do in order to fit in with the group. So I split company with him. When he comes back later, still sober his way, and I'm still sober my way, and tells me there's nothing wrong with me, that's a piece of validation that was missing, that I needed to believe that, to have faith in my course, to have faith in my nature and in my course of action. It was important. So as one tends to generalize out from one's own experience, I concluded that probably a lot of other people have also internalized that, and have concluded that there's something wrong with them. Now, I made an admission to say there's nothing wrong with you to everybody, except I seem to constantly tell INTPs what's wrong with them. I've noticed that I have this habit of doing that. So,
Because you believe in them, and you're getting pissed that they don't fucking do something about it.
They could teach you how to sharpen a pencil with a knife.
You should totally post those videos, by the way.
Who needs help learning how to sharpen a pencil with a knife? And
all right. Always cut away from yourself, Katie, and not towards your leg.
I know the base.
yeah, don't touch your legs.
I worked at Rubbermaid cutting freaking
She's a
plastic.
professional cutter. You're a professional cutter, Katie. I got your back. Don't worry.
And plastic.
All right. So what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I was about to see if I was recording that video. Yeah, I was.
Posting
It's
that video.
30 minutes long, that last video. Talking with famous people.